Hello everybody, we're back together again. A little reminder, Chris wanted me to let you know that now there is 2 coloring pages, 2 levels of coloring pages included with the Sunday Bulletin online to go with our online services. So that's just a heads up to let you know that it's there. The other thing for adults who might be viewing this lesson, this is an enrichment lesson given after the core lessons are given in the Godly Play curriculum. Today's lesson is called Mary, the Mother of Jesus. I wanted to give this lesson because we had talked about Mary a little bit in Advent, about the colors of blue in Advent for Mother Mary, and that without Mother Mary, there would be no baby Jesus. And so I thought today we needed to hear a little bit more about Mother Mary. So here we go. When Mary was a little girl, she wondered, what would it be like to be grown up? The years went by, and one day something happened that no one can explain. The angel Gabriel came to her and said, God has chosen you to be the mother of God. But what does that mean? She was about to be married to a wonderful man who was a carpenter in Nazareth. His name was Joseph. And then an angel came to Joseph and said that Mary was going to have a baby. And that baby was God. Now Joseph was confused too. But Mary and Joseph were married anyway. And the baby was born, and they named him Jesus. Many more things happened that were hard to understand. When Jesus was just 8 days old, they took him to the temple in Jerusalem to present him to God. That was the custom. Old Simeon was there waiting. And when he saw Jesus, he said something like this, "Now I can die, for I have seen the Messiah." And then when Jesus was about 12, Mary and Joseph lost him in Jerusalem, but found him in a temple. And he said, "Didn't you know that I would be in my Father's house?" But Joseph's house was in Nazareth, where his carpenter shop was. And the boy became more confusing as he grew up to be a man. When he began to teach, he returned home to his synagogue, and he read from the scrolls of Isaiah about the coming of a Messiah. He said that he was the one. Mary must have remembered the angel Gabriel then. But the people of Nazareth were very angry about this. At a wedding, he changed the water into wine. And another time, Mary and his brothers came to see him when he was teaching. He said that those who follow him were his family, not them. Now his brothers were confused too. Then Jesus went to Jerusalem for the last time, and Mary was there. And they put him on a cross, and she stood watching, probably standing near John. People have written beautiful and sad music about this. It is called the Sabbat Mator, because the mother was just standing there. I wonder what she was thinking. And then Jesus lifted his head and spoke to her. Woman, behold your son. He then said to a disciple, behold your mother. The disciple, who was probably John, took her into his home and cared for her in her old age. And when they took Jesus down from the cross, Mary was still there. And sometimes you will see a statue or a painting of Mary holding Jesus in her lap. It's called the Pietà, which means pity and a kind of devotion. That is how she felt. The day was very quiet and empty for Mary. And then on Sunday, the first Easter, she and the other women walked slowly back to the place where Jesus had been put in the tomb. She needed to be close to him. But they found that the stone had been rolled away, and that somehow Jesus was still with them as he is with us today. When the disciples returned from Mount Olivet, when Jesus ascended, Mary and his brothers were there with them. They waited in the upper room with the others. Mary was there a week later, when the sound of the mighty wind filled the room and the Holy Spirit came like fire. No one knows when Mary died or where she was buried. She was truly the Mother of God. When she was all grown up, she kept growing. People feel close to her. They name churches after her, and they make pilgrimages to places where they seem especially close. This is one of the stories, then, that never ends. So, instead of ending, we will put down some of Mary's flowers. They are called forget-me-nots. She will never be forgotten. Now, I wonder, what part of the story did you like the best? I wonder, which part of the story is most important? I wonder, what part is especially about you? I wonder if we could leave out any part of this story and still have everything we need. Thanks for sharing this time with me. I'll see you again in a week. Next week, we're doing an enrichment sacred story, one we have never done before. So I'll see you in a week. I'm looking forward to seeing you again. And I hope that you stay safe and healthy. Peace.